What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Beat the Buzzer podcast. I hope everyone's excited for the Bulls-Bucks game tonight. With a win, we do clinch a play-in spot or a playoff spot, which would be nice. Or Cavs loss, I think,
Yes,
who
Cavs
may
lost.
clinch it. So, that'd be great. I'm Jack here with my co-host Graham.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Just a quick reminder, if you are not subscribed already, please make sure to do so. Also, go check out our TikTok at Beat the Buzzer and our Twitter, which we don't post on, at Beat_the Buzzer. So we're going to start out with our awards for today. We're going to do MVP, which will probably finish with Sixth Man of the Year, Coach of the Year, Most Improved, and Defensive Player of the Year. And then we'll talk about some of the standings so far and then finish up with the Bulls update.
Yeah, so let's just start with Coach of the Year and then Sixth Man, because I think we both agree on this. It's kind of a lock. I think Monty Williams is the definite Coach of the Year. Your team is going to win 65 games, you said, probably? Maybe more.
Somewhere around there.
And then I think Taylor Jenkins on Memphis is probably a good second pick for that, but Monty Williams got snubbed last year. I think he gets it this year.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely an argument for Taylor Jenkins. Nobody expected the Memphis Grizzlies to be a 55-win team this year. I would have thought they would have been a play-in team for sure, which is what they were last year. They were like a 9 last year.
No, I agree. I totally expected them to be the same spot.
Yeah, but, that trade for Steven Adams was really nice, and they are a completely different team this year. So,
yeah.
Monty Williams, 65-win team, and he did not win it last year, so I think that is well-deserved. And then my Sixth Man of the Year, and probably yours, is Tyler Hero. He leads a number 1 seed in scoring off the bench at 21 points a game. So.
Yeah, and their bench, I think, scores the most in the league, around 40 a game, and he is the main reason for that. So, yes, I think that's an award he deserves and probably the award that he will get. Let's move into Defensive Player of the Year. I had Mikal Bridges. I think there's a lot of good candidates. I think Marcus Smart. I think Jaren Jackson Jr. I think Rudy Gobert is always in that conversation. Giannis is in there too. All are great candidates. But like we talked about Monty Williams, 65-win team, and their defense is one of the biggest reasons for that. Mikal Bridges is taking a step up. When Chris Paul went out, he's elevated his game from last year to this year as well. And he's just a great all-around defender because he can block shots, because he has got great length to him, and he can guard the perimeter as well.
Yeah, you love to see it when there's multiple guys who aren't centers, hopefully, in the running. I have Marcus Smart as my current Defensive Player of the Year. I mean, there's only 4 games left, so I guess he is my Defensive Player of the Year. But, the Boston Celtics are the 2 seed right now with the best defense in the league, and he is the biggest reason for that. I know they have Robert Williams and Jaylen Brown, but that man is an animal on defense. I think he leads the league in steals. I'm not sure, but I think he's got 1.7 steals a game, which I think leads the league.
I would like to preface this award by saying that I would have had Lonzo Ball in my conversation
100%.
had he not got injured. And that's not even a biased take by me. He makes such a difference on the floor, defensively, all around. But defensively, he is a 6'6" guard who can pretty much guard 1 through 4. He gets a lot of steals, a lot of deflections. And he would have been the running, in my opinion, especially because I think the Bulls' record would have been more improved had he stayed healthy. Okay,
so DeJounte Murray leads the league in steals. And I think Jaren Jackson Jr., leads the league in blocks.
Okay.
So, it's a really close race. Yeah. I think any of those 5 that you named can win it for sure. But, you love to see it when there's not just 2 centers going at it.
I agree. What's next?
We can do most improved. Yeah.
All right.
I think we might have the same for this one.
You want to go first for this one?
Yeah, there's a couple guys. DeJounte Murray's played really good basketball, played the best basketball of his career this year, and so is Desmond Bane. But mine is going to be Ja Morant. He's averaging 27 points, 8 rebounds, or 6 rebounds and 7 assists. So he's got to get some sort of award, like you said earlier. But mine's Ja Morant.
Right. He took the jump that Derrick Rose took all the way back in 2010 and 11. And since I don't think Ja will get the MVP this year, I think it's fair to give him most improved player, which he was very good last year. But his numbers have skyrocketed. His team's record has skyrocketed. And let's be honest, I know their record's great without him, but he is their best player, and he's one of the main reasons that they've been so good this season. So I think I have to and that's one of the reasons you can't give him MVP is because his team is so good without him. but as a person, most improved is more of a personal award. And I think that has proved that he's probably taken the biggest jump stats wise for sure.
I saw something on Twitter about that so they're 20-2 without him, right?
Yeah.
But like 19 of those teams out of like the 22 teams are not good teams, or they are good teams that haven't had their best player and they just kill them. Also, another stat I saw about Memphis, I don't know if we talked about this last time, but it's just an insane stat for me. When they shoot 34% from three, we did talk about this, which is league average. They haven't lost a game.
Right.
Or a little below, which is just wild.
Crazy. Also, Dylan Brooks, just to quickly touch on him, his return has been great for them.
Yeah, that's really nice. They're such a deep team overall. I love Tyre Williams too. But
yes, for sure. Their entire team is very well rounded. A lot of great role players. Go to MVP now, right?
MVP.
All right, I'll let you go first for this one. Let's see what you got.
All right, so my MVP is who I think is going to win it, and who I think and who I think deserves to win it is Nicole Jokic. I think he is the best player in the NBA right now. He's averaging 26 points, 14 rebounds, and 8 assists with a steal and a block a game. He has absolutely no help. And they are the 6th seed in the East right now, maybe 5 seed. I think they're the 6th seed. And all of the advanced stats favor him. His PER is the highest of all time for a season if he finishes strong. So I have to give it to Nicole Jokic.
Yeah, that's a very fair and respectable pick. No one, I think, can argue that. I just disagree because I have Giannis. I think last week in particular, I know that's recency bias, but the entire season has been recency bias with the MVP.
It's been a toss-up.
Every week it just changes. Giannis last week performed. He killed Joel Embiid, not in the score, of course, but he won that matchup. And then he won the matchup against Brooklyn and KD as well. And have you realized he's adding his 3-point shot to his game? He's hitting jumpers. He's hitting his free throws. That is scary. It shows that he's still getting better somehow after winning 2 MVPs. I think at least 1 defensive player of the year, maybe. I think just 1, right?
Just 1.
Finals MVP. He already has a ring at the age of 27 now. So he already has a full Hall of Fame career. And I think that he can get this 3rd MVP. He always plays well when the lights shine brightest. He is a great scorer. He can rebound. He blocks shots. He does everything for them. He's just a likable guy too. And also his team is winning. They're like 3rd or 2nd. I think they're 2nd or 3rd in the East right now. And they're a very, very talented team. So
it's a definite toss-up between those 3. And I've just convinced myself that if any of those 3 guys win it, I'm not going to be mad at it. I think any of those 3 guys have a case. I don't like how Joel Embiid's just bitching about it lately. How he's like, fans don't like me and stuff like that. Like, dude, shut up.
You keep fucking complaining.
Yeah, it's annoying. Even if he wins it, he definitely has a case. So
yeah, I understand him winning it. I also think Giannis has done let's be honest, Chris Middleton has not played great this year by any means. I was shocked when he got an all-star selection, by the way.
Yeah, I think that they just kind of threw him in out of respect or something like
that. He has not played great. Drew Holiday has been great this season, but Chris Middleton has been not average, but just not what he was last season. He's between above average and average right now.
Right.
No, I think that Giannis has definitely thrust himself into the conversation. And I know a couple weeks ago I said that because he won 2 already and because of it's a narrative that he can't do it, but now the narrative has changed where he's just beating up the other people and the other stars that people think are better than him. So
yeah, I agree. Really quick, James Harden's only shooting 41% from the field this year, which is the lowest.
James Harden has struggled, I think, this season. I don't think that they are going to be as good as everyone thinks they are in the playoffs.
I agree. So it's the lowest out of the top 25 scorers in the league, and he only shoots 32% from 3. Do you want to do our All NBA first team really quick?
Yeah, we'll touch on this quickly, and we'll give once the season actually ends and there's the week of playing games, we'll give all the teams defensive player of the year teams. But for first team, you want to go first, second?
It doesn't matter. If you want me to go first, I can go right now.
Yeah, you can go first, and I'll go after that.
So for my first team, just so everybody knows, the NBA has said that it's allowed that both Embiid and Jokic can be on the All-NBA first team. Don't ask me how that works because usually it's 2 guards, 2 forwards, and a center. But it's going to happen because Embiid and Jokic are fucking centers, but whatever.
Right.
I give it to Embiid and Jokic, obviously, and then I'm going to give my other forward spot to Giannis. I'm going to give my first guard spot to Luka Doncic and my second one to Devin Booker. And as much as I want to claim that DeRozan's a guard and give it to DeRozan or Ja, I just think Devin Booker, somebody with the 65-win team has to be on that list. He's been really good this season. So give me Devin Booker.
Yeah, I would have actually put Chris Paul in there had he not got hurt during the season with Devin Booker.
I might have,
but I'm going to put Devin Booker on the first team. Also, quickly to touch on MVP, he is definitely 4th right now in the running. He's right outside of those top 3 guys.
Ooh, Booker 100%.
He has not got enough credit this season in terms of the MVP conversation. He's definitely number 4 outside of those top 3. You could make an argument for number 3, but I'm going to put him at 4. But that's besides the point. I agree with Luka. I'm going to have Devin Booker and Luka. And honestly, I have to have the same. I think Giannis, and the fact that Embiid and Jokic can be on it, I would put Kevin Durant if only one.
Right.
But I'm going to put Jokic and Embiid. Durant has been great all season, but his team's record has not shown it, and he's been out a lot of games.
Yeah, he's missed a decent amount. And there's some people are always going to be like, where's LeBron? Why is LeBron in this? Well, LeBron's not going to make the playoffs.
Yeah. So. No. And DeRozan I would have DeRozan a couple weeks ago, but he's fallen off a little bit. So has our team's record. So I think he should be at least a second or third team player, though.
I think he will.
He's definitely had a season to back that up, but probably not first team anymore. All right, let's go into standings. We're going to quickly just talk about some of the matchups that could happen because as playoffs get closer, it's just interesting. So the top 4 in the East is separated by 2.5 games right now.
Yeah.
And then Toronto and Chicago are tied for 5th and 6th, but Chicago has a tiebreaker. And then Cleveland is 7 right now. And the only way they get into a playoff spot without the playing game, I think, is if they win out. And I think we may have to lose 3 of the last 4. No, we have to lose out because we have the tiebreaker.
Yeah, we have the tiebreaker. Yes.
We have to lose out.
I don't know who has it between Cleveland and Toronto, but
right, that's true. They could get in for that, but they don't top us unless
it's kind of unlikely. They're 4 and 6 in their last 10, and the Raptors are playing some good basketball again.
Yeah.
Brooklyn's the 10 seed.
Yes, they are.
Quite interesting.
So
that means they would, if the season ended today, they would have to play Charlotte, who's been playing good basketball as of late too, beat Charlotte, and then go play the loser of Atlanta, Cleveland, which is more and more looking like it might be Cleveland. But either way, you got to play 2 teams at home in 2 out of 3 nights or something like that. So
right. So they're on the road both times, and then they don't play defense. So Charlotte's a great offensive team who can pick them apart. So unless Kevin Durant has 50, which let's be honest is very possible that he does, he may just say fuck this, I'm gonna have 50 points tonight so we win and get in the playoffs. But it's a tough thing to go through. And even if they do get in the playoffs, I think they will be bounced in the first round. I know last episode we both agreed that no one wants to play them, and that's still true. I don't think Miami, Milwaukee, anyone wants to play them because KD and Kyrie can combine for 80 points on any given night. But they just don't play enough defense. And if Ben Simmons does not come back and play, which he's been ruled out through the playing game, I
think he's done.
Also, Ben Simmons filed for a $20 million grievance to get his money back, which, first of all, is absurd. You didn't play all season. I know you said you had mental health issues, but I think one of the reasons he's keeping himself out now is so he can back up the fact that he actually was dealing with issues or problems, which is so he can get his grievance.
That's an interesting.
If he plays right when he gets back to Brooklyn, it looks like he was bullshitting the whole time. Right. So why would they pay him that money? But the only way it works for him in terms of a legal stance, a way that the 76ers may actually give him this grievance, would be if he actually proved that he had a problem, and not playing is one way to help him prove that.
Right. It's going to be interesting to see if, even if he's healthy and wants to come back, if you want to throw a crazy player like that into a playoff series.
I hate
He
him.
hasn't touched the floor all year.
I think it's absurd that he's allowed. Like we all understand mental health is a serious illness, but no one believes Ben Simmons.
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. That's just a wild situation.
If he played with them, I think they're a team they could easily be the favorites if he played.
Yeah, if he played right when he got traded.
Because that boosts their defense immediately.
Also, they might be in the 7 seed right now.
It's just unbelievable.
Yeah, it is wild. But yeah, so it's if the season ended today, that's a Bulls 76ers series, and we were talking before, and we don't have much of a problem with that.
No, I think we have a problem with Embiid, but I'm willing to let Embiid get his 40.
Yeah, and I'll let Harden shoot 30% from 3.
Right. If I'll live in this season, at least I'll live and die by Harden shooting threes. The free throw shooting is gonna be a problem because we cannot play defense without fouling. However, if we get Lonzo back, you and I both agree there's no chance in hell we win a playoff series without Lonzo Ball.
No,
if Lonzo Ball does return, I think we're a threat against anyone. I think we probably won't be favored, but we are definitely more of a threat.
And we know how well Lonzo Ball plays James Harden. Just like Caruso plays him well too, but Lonzo Ball plays him real well. I think
they need to guard the 3-point line better. And I think we'll touch on it at the end. Just a quick update on them, but yeah, they definitely need to guard the 3-point line better. I know you want to talk about the Lakers in the West, so
I do. So they are currently the 11th seed, which is out of the playoffs. They are 2 games behind the Spurs. They've lost 6 games in a row, and they play Phoenix tonight.
I think they'll be eliminated if they lose tonight and the Spurs win. I'm pretty sure that the Lakers are eliminated from playoff contention.
Really?
Or the play-in. Yeah. And I think LeBron has been ruled out for this game, so I think it's unless Phoenix sits other guys, I think it's really easy to lock in that.
I don't think Phoenix wants to do that. I don't think they want to risk that.
No, I think they just want to win. Yeah. So I think Phoenix wins this game, and then you're relying on the Spurs. And even if the Spurs lose, then the Lakers have to win out, and the Spurs have to lose out for the Lakers to get in. And the Lakers aren't winning shit.
No.
So
that's very interesting.
Very disappointing season. I know you have a TikTok coming out later about their season and their roster, so I think we'll wait to touch on that, and people can go check that out. But just very disappointing overall for them.
Very disappointing. And then on a more positive note, teams like the Dallas Mavericks and the Denver Nuggets at the 4. Yeah, I did not think that.
Isn't Dallas 3 right now?
No, Dallas moved back down to 4.
Right. They're 1 game behind. Hey, a couple episodes ago, I did say that Dallas was my dark horse in the West. I think with Luka Doncic is against Denver, I think they can win that series. And then they play Phoenix, so I think Phoenix would beat them. I think Phoenix easily wins wins the West. But
I want to see Minnesota make a little run against Memphis if they play him.
Because I think Luka may be the one guy that Phoenix struggles to guard because he's bigger than Mikal Bridges.
That's going to be
He can see over all of them. He can pick apart that defense, so he can do that with anyone. But Mikal Bridges have to stop him.
Mikal Bridges might be the best guy in the league to guard him, though.
Right, and that shows that Luka Doncic cannot be stopped.
No, it's going to be a great series.
I think he's one like the toughest, probably most badass players in the league, just because he does not give a fuck.
Yeah, I agree. All right, you want to hop into this Bulls update?
Yeah, just injury report stuff with Lonzo. He is going back. They're going to start having him sprinting cut, I think, today or tomorrow. Yeah, Billy will give an update about his status for the playoffs. I don't think he's going to play the rest of the season. I think there's a chance he plays in the playoffs because the way it works is the season will end next Monday. Then they get a week off. I think the playoffs will start that next Saturday, which is the 16th. So he really has 2 weeks now. So they if his bone bruise is gone and if he is fully healed, you ramp him up for this week, practice next week, and hopefully play. I think is the best case scenario. Worst case scenario, of course, doesn't play at all. I guess the middle is that he plays game 3 of the first round.
Yeah. Very exciting / scary news. Like we said before, we can't win a playoff game or series without him. So
Right.
we really need him back running and cutting and at full strength. At the same time, this probably isn't our year, even if Lonzo Ball is playing. So we don't want to further any injuries.
Yeah.
But if he is 100%, I know as a Bulls fan, I just love to see him out there.
Right. I think you and I probably both got ahead of ourselves. We went on that 9-game winning streak and we looked like we were the best team in the league before the injuries, but we were definitely saying, oh, that we could contend. And back then I thought
we were saying we could.
But I think we need to remember that we still have Zach should resign next year. So Lonzo is 23, 24 now. He is still getting better. Patrick Williams has played very well these last couple games. He is still getting better. Kobe White has struggled recently. But he is still getting better. We have a couple young guys that are still looking to develop and still get better. I honestly think Levine can still get better. I think DeRozan.
Yeah, I mean, Io too.
Yeah, exactly. I think DeRozan, Vooch, and Caruso are what they are, and they're three huge pieces for us coming back. But if the other guys can progress more next season, I think this elevates our chances as well. And if we're healthy, injuries always kill us. But if we're healthy,
I agree. And, everybody's going to get a year under their belt playing together, which is huge. Also, I'm pretty sure Levine said he was playing at like 70%.
I want to.
Still has back problems.
He has the knee. And he's still scoring like 33 points in some of these games. I think some of us forget what Zach LaVine is like when he's not like just shooting threes, because he's relying a lot more on his jump shot now instead of driving to the rim.
Right.
So,
when
he's healthy, I don't think the season's a wash. I think the season's a success. I would love to see us win a playoff series. I think if we clinch a playoff berth, I would sit LaVine the rest of the season. By the way, if we were to clinch a playoff berth, because 5 or 6, I don't care anymore. Like, we're gonna end up playing one of the top 4 teams. It is what it is. I would just sit him. I'd rather have him at the highest percentage that he could play at and a chance to Lonzo Ball back. But I think we're probably a first-round exit but who knows? We were supposed to be a play-in team at the beginning of the season, or going to be a playoff team. So
I just want to compete in this first series. I think that's the goal.
We haven't had we haven't had playoff basketball in 4 years in Chicago. So
so
I just want to enjoy it. Yeah.
Even though we're going to be pissed when we lose, but you'll see that in an up and coming.
As long as Boston doesn't win, I don't give a shit. Fuck you, Jacob.
Same.
All right. That's it for today, guys. Thanks for tuning in as always. Like Graham said, subscribe if you have not subscribed yet, and please go check out the TikTok. We're uploading daily on there. There's a lot of great content for all NBA teams going on up there, so go check that out, please.